Hello, darlings. I know I look worse for the wear. It's not, I'm not wearing my bandana. Hold on. And I've been crying. Y'all, I can't stop crying. I just can't stop crying. And it's not sad tears this time. Not this time. It's happy tears. I've come through the end of my dark night. Well, this one at least, right? We're going to wear a yellow one just because I want some happiness, right? How many of you need this today? Authentic. Originally I had the video set at, I'm going to fix my hair while I'm on here, like it's a mirror, right? I had the video set at be present. But it's funny. Me, Miss May, my darling. I had the video set at be present. But as I continued to get ready for this reading, you can tell I can't wear eye makeup when I'm crying, right? As I continued to get ready for the reading, I realized it was be authentic. Be present was part of the end of it all, but the beginning is be authentic in your pain, right? Even when we're going through it. What's my channel called, you guys? What is the soul tribe called? Eternal transformations, because I cannot stand it when people say people can't change. For we are continuously changing from the moment you are born. From the moment you are born. And I am so proud of you guys. You cry a lot lately? Me too. Me too. So I am being authentic here, and I am not saying that what I am going through is what you're going through. I love that this card's on top. Thank you, Jesus. I love that this card's on top. And notice I said Jesus, and we see 9 here. That's his number. That's his number. But look at the light at the end of the tunnel after the depression, right? This is affecting us all on a global level. I'm here to tell you some exciting stuff today. They have been channeling to me. Ooh, I love it. They've been channeling to me. Higher power. Where's your higher power? I've been having my back turned. I know. Oh, but I love you all so much. And I think about you constantly. I feel you all the time. I do feel you. Even when it seems that I am not there, I am there. I am there. More than you know. More than you know. Okay? I want you to all know that. So if you're new to my channel, I'm Val with Eternal Transformations, and this is the Soul Tribe. If you want to be a part of the Soul Tribe, come join us. I want to please say congratulations to Jupiter J. I don't know if it's congratulations, but welcome. If you want to refute, you absolutely can. But Jupiter J and Tarot Cupcake with Mum, new moderators. I want to have a large moderator base whenever I hear wisdom from people, and I go back and read every single live comment that you guys post. I do. Whenever, and you guys know it, whenever I see and hear true wisdom that can be shared with the Soul Tribe, because I am not a leader. I'm only the place where we get together, right? You guys. I hope that it's something you want, Jupiter J and Tarot Cupcake with Mum, because I went back and read your messages, and wow, you guys are going through some serious wisdom. Yay! Thank you, Auntie Val. You are so welcome, my darling, and I love that you call me that. That's me. Auntie. Auntie Val. Yes, absolutely. Congratulations on your journey, your wisdom. Absolutely. I don't think that Tarot Cupcake with Mum is with us. Is she here? Sorry, you guys. You guys know about my glasses situation. And now I've lost the glasses, but I still have the vice clip. Facilitator. Yes, that's exactly what I want to be. Yeah, no, she's not here right now. Absolutely, Jupiter, my darling. Okay, so get ready, my darlings. This is what we have been garnering. This is what we have been garnering. This is what we have been working towards, working for. Right, Mandy? Right, my darling? She had a long walk today. She had a long walk today. Right? A new life. And this is your dark night of the soul, the vision quest. Right? The vision quest. 2 different decks. Both at the top. After I cut them a few times while we were talking. I always shuffle the decks beforehand, but I give them a few cuts when we're on here. Yes, beautiful. Absolutely. Yesenia, you have some great wisdom as well. I may not have welcomed each of my moderators to the tribe, but if you would please, because understand, I can't contact you on here. If you're a moderator, I would love an email from you if you haven't emailed me yet about your life and your story and just introducing yourself to me, right? I feel like this channel or soul tribe, we'll say, is going to get big. We need a good base. And eventually I do want to truly, I just got the deck again. Come back to the edge. My darling, this is the Fool card in the Oracle deck. It's another 936. Right? I truly want to have base stations. Minnesota, Missouri, anywhere in New Zealand. I have a huge following in New Zealand, you guys. New Zealand, Australia. I want to hear from you. Turkey. I want to hear from you. I have a few in Russia, France. I have a few clients in France. I want to hear from you guys. We're waking up all over the world, and it has nothing to do with your geological location. It has to do with where you are on your soul journey, and are you here to lead? Texas. Me too, Texas. But I've been everywhere. And now that I have clients everywhere, I'm reading everywhere, and I feel more connected than I ever have. I hope you guys are following me on TikTok because she is hilarious. So TikTok is Mandy's channel. That's what I'm going to make it, Mandy's channel. So follow me on TikTok. Look up Eternal Transformations, one word. And you can see Mandy's stories. I just started it because as soon as the government says we don't want that, I'm like, okay, I want it. I want it now. I didn't want it before, but now I'm like, if you take it away, I want it. Right? This light's making me look yellow. Let's change it up. Y'all help me out here. Hold on. Look how yellow I look. I'm not that yellow in real life, I promise. Hold up. Hold up. I'm having a hard time reaching the plug. Hold on. The cord is the remote. It's on the cord, so I have to reach for it. Hold on. Yes, I think this is better. But I wish look how bad the crying's been, y'all. Okay, wait. I think there's 3 settings. Yeah, yellow. We're not doing this one. I think this is the night setting. 1, 2, 3. Let's stick with 3. Yeah? 2 or 3. Certainly not 1. Golden glowing light, I wish. 3. Okay, so we're on 3. Yep, 3. Thank you, my darlings. Thank you so much. We're family here, so we can do that, right? Golden. Okay. Okay. All right. There's so much channeling coming. I'm having a hard time bringing it all back together. I'm so proud of my son. He has his first job. Yay, Caleb! He has his first job in the middle of the coronavirus. He's turning 18 in a few weeks. He's going to be 18 on the 30th of August. My birthday is 2 weeks after his. And we've just always been very Virgo, you know. And my mother is a beautiful Leo. And he's with her right now in Houston, and we video chat constantly. I know, congrats to him. He's working at Texaco as a stock boy. He stocks the Cokes and the ice. Like, we're talking hundreds of pounds of ice. He has to bag them. He bags the ice so that when you go buy a bag of ice, that's bagged by somebody. Well, my son's doing the bagging for his gas station. And he's very proud. And I'm proud of him. And he got his first check, and it was in cash. How awesome is that? Only in Texas, y'all. And he sent me a pic. I made him take a pic. I made my mom. I said, take a picture. I want a picture of him with his first paycheck. And they sent me a picture of him with his first $100 bill. How cool is that? And he went and opened his first banking account as a man. Starting out life with confidence. I have a job. I have a bank account. I'm managing my own situation. He got thrown into it. He had to. But he's doing it. He's meeting the task at hand. And isn't that good advice for us all? I'm very proud of him. Been crying all day. He didn't just get it. He got it about a week ago or so, 2 weeks ago. I'm quite proud. That's all I can say about that. And we all need that boost sometimes to feel. He said, Mom, I didn't know I was worth anything. But now he's proving to himself that he's worth something. He's still in high school. He's still going to school. He's right on that whisper fart of an edge. Y'all know I like the word fart just to get demonetized, right? He's on that whisper fart of an edge where he could have gone to school a year later or a year earlier, right? And I kept him back one because I'm like, first of all, he's a boy. There ain't nothing we can do about that. They mature a little bit slower, and that's okay because they have a lot to offer if properly supported. I don't ever want to offend anyone, but I want to stop being so sensitive about gender roles and like there's something bad about it. It's not that there's something bad about it, it's that we need to recognize they're there. Right? We just need to recognize they're there. The universe shall provide, and the universe will continue to provide. The powers that be, the PTB, y'all, they're here all the time. My channeling is getting stronger and stronger, and I assume so is yours. I bet your intuition is kicking into high gear. And what I mean by that is you're either going through it in the worst way possible, and that's okay. That only means, remember, they love you more than you love you. If you're just tuning in, I want to apologize for my eyes. I've been crying. And you'll notice I do a lot of hand gestures. That's my channeling. Like starting to pick up, the more hand gestures I do, the more channeling I'm doing. It's also because we have a heavy, it's a strange word for it, but we'll go with it, a heavy deaf following. So the audio impaired, or is that the right word? The hearing impaired, audio impaired, they enjoy me speaking in such intense gestures. I had one guy tell me he was deaf, and let me tell you, you ain't made love till you've made love with a blind person. But my blind friend, who I made love to, oh my goodness, they have to feel what you look like. Put that on your bucket list. I'm just going to say, male or female, go ahead and do it. Take that from me. You are welcome. But he had a friend who was hearing impaired. And we met, and he said, you must have been Italian in a past life because you speak with your hands and you have a lot of gestures, right? Woohoo, Emily. And he said, you must have been Italian in the past life. And I said, well, one of them was, you know. My spirit guides are varied. I have a British one. Do you guys know how often I want to just go off on a British tangent on here because she's speaking through me? She's newer, and so she's very insistent. She's not going away. So eventually that will happen. Don't be surprised if it does. But also they come out in gestures. I have one who is very specific. They want you to understand. I'm not trying to be rude when I say, see, everything I'm doing is from him. I'm not trying to be rude and insult your intelligence, he's saying. I'm trying to ensure that you understand and process what I am putting out. Please don't take offense if I speak in layman's terms, or if I have a hard time finding the right terms in your language to get the understanding across to you. Apologies for the bridge, he's saying. I have many spirit guides talking to me constantly, and you guys have seen me on here doing it, channeling, and I love it. This is my dream come true. It's just that, as many of you know, I've gone through a lot of trauma in my life. And now that I'm quite safe and rather happy, I'm having to face a lot of the grieving I never did. Because it will catch up to you if you're not doing it. If you're not transforming. It's okay. It's up to you. For it's truly your path. But you will do it. In this life or the next. Thank you so much, Yesenia. Beautiful. I know, darling. My dog has been the best PTSD dog you can ask for. If you ever want to go see some of that stuff on TikTok, like I said, I'm not trying to like showboat my TikTok or anything, but I'm enjoying it. I really didn't like it before, and now I do. So, for you, Soul Tribe, we haven't sang in a minute. And I'm going to have to look up. I should have done this beforehand, but I did not. But we are going to look up. Don't forget. Your frog is out there too. Also, don't forget, if you donate to my channel and you don't tell me what you want to manifest or release, I will send you toads. I have the power. I just had baby toads in my backyard and I built a new pond for them. They have a front yard pond and 2 backyard ponds. I have tadpoles, y'all. Fred the frog has babies. And if y'all know, frogs take the lead. Males take the lead in the frogs. I seen frogs the other day. Girl, you better start telling me what you want to manifest because you know you donated. See what I mean? You never know what you could get. Kiss me. See what I turn into. I love frogs too. I love frogs too. Okay, so this is a strange one, the song that's been channeling in all day. But my British friend, I can't pull it up, hold on. My computer is dead, so I'm going to try to remember the words of the first verse because there are many. It's one of those old songs. Old Lang Song. The New Year's song. The song that you generally sing on New Year's. Old Lang Song. And when I say Old Lang Song, it sounds like old, but it's old. A-U-L-D. Go look up what it means. Times long past. We must remember where we came from if we're going to get where we're going. And I mean that on a micro level as well as a macro. Centuries past. We must not forget what we've come through. Else, generations in front of us will make the same mistakes. You know, there was the tearing down of monuments in places like Louisiana, Alabama, because they were attached to slavery or in the times of slavery, or supporting people who believed in slavery. And I am more against that than anything within my being. However, I want to remember the wrong we did. That's the only reason I want those monuments up. I'm not proud to have them up. I am proud that we came through it. I am proud that we grew. And what if we repeat mistakes of the past because we erase for the future history? It's like taking pages out of a book. How dare we? How dare we take pages out of a book? And that's what many are trying to do right now. I want us all to be aware. We may have to go back. My mother's channeling is different than mine, but she's a channeler as well. And she's been channeling a lot of concern about historical, we're not passing on stories to our children of how things were in your time and the time as far back as you can remember as truth be known. Truth be told, that's a card. I don't know, truth be told, y'all all know that owl card. Cool if it came out. Truth be told. Are we being honest? Not only with ourselves, but with generations coming. Can we trust them to make the right decisions? Because many people cloud this story because they think if it would have been different for them, they would have made different decisions. So they're trying to do it out of the goodness of their heart. They're not trying to hurt anybody, but they are lying about our history and our past. My mother got very angry yesterday. She watched a documentary, and I will make sure to get that link for her and share it in the community tab. But I'm not going to talk about it too much here because we'll get into it, right? But she watched a documentary that got her upset about our history. And that's her channeling. That's her passion. That's her drive. That's her medicine. And I said, what makes you so angry about this? What makes you... And angry is one word, but really it's passion that's not being acted on. When you think of it in those terms. Not every time. Not anger towards another person, but anger towards society. When you're angry, it's passion that you have. Your soul, your emotions, souls, thank you. I have a spirit guide here saying it's your emotion. Your emotion is your soul's way of telling you exactly what path to take. And when you're angry, it's passion that has not been acted on. When you're angry, it's passion that has not been acted on. And when you act on it, yes, Miss May or not, it turns into drive. It turns into passion. It turns into excitement. It turns into, I can't stop, I can't stop, I can't stop. You're feeding the beast of the subconscious rather than the beast of the ego. Feeding the beast of the subconscious rather than the beast of the ego. That is the vision quest. That is the balance. That is the balance. No matter what tries to throw you off balance, that is the balance. Your ego is not to be hated. It is not to be destroyed. It is not to go to sleep. It is to be remembered, but not to control. It is to be used as a vehicle, such as a computer software. Balance. See how much I can remember of this. But I have to sing a little of it, because I've literally been singing it all day. See what I can do. We'll see what I can do. Give me a second. Everybody take a deep breath through their belly. Send me your beautiful energy, clean. Let it come up through your spine, out through your crown chakra. That's right, Mandy. Good girl. I'll shuffle the cards as I go. We'll do a pick a card for the soul tribe. There will be one card that resonates with you more than the others. Pay special attention, but more than likely, they will tell a story. You ready? Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? It's not about my singing. It's about the words. Should old acquaintance be forgot and days of old lang syne? Old lang syne, times long past. You know so much more than you know. Wake up from your dream. Wake up from the illusion. Now I see now why I originally titled this Be Present and changed it to Authenticity. Be authentic. Be present so that you can be authentic. Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and days of old lang syne? Times long past. We must not forget how far we've come. We should be proud, they're saying. You little cute humans, you. We're proud of you. You're so hard on yourselves. Yeah? You must remember the magic. Be born again. Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and days of old lang syne? Soul retrieval. Smoky mirror. Ah, you see the story for some of you. For some of you, there will be a point that you feel a twirl in the belly, a catch in your throat, that apple in the throat, hard to swallow. Something you actually, for some of you, for a few of you out there, and it's okay because it's just me and you right now. You may have been frightened. You may have been angry about seeing that card. You may have felt, that's not for me. You may have felt pulled back from it. That might be your sign. For some of you that don't want to see through the smoky mirror, because that means looking in the mirror. But this is the next step. And we all have to be a part of it. Look at those bees. And bees never operate individually. There's no I in team for bees. At the bottom of the deck, we have sacrifice. This will be for the whole soul tribe. Sacrifice. The sacrifice. The sacrifice. And notice how she is holding in her hand the butterfly of transformation. So, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and figure out which one is for you. I'm going to go through them all again, starting and ending with the sacrifice. Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and the days of old lang syne? All right then. You ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay. My darlings, it's been a journey, right? It's been a journey. Let's honor each other, no matter what anyone's going through right now. They're saying very loudly, please honor each other and their individual path. They will not look to you like maybe what you would do. Do not judge. Those in glass houses should never throw stones. Mirror, mirror on the wall, bring back my magic. Open, says me. I agree with that. I could take a little magic in my life. And I think we're all coming into that. It has been very difficult to realize, to wake up in the dream. There is a process that must be done. But don't worry, my darling, for after the seer, after waking up from the dream, comes the magic. And it's sort of like the Bible talks about God making the universe, the world that we know, the world as we know it, in a week. Time is not the same. I've been talking, you guys have watched me grow on this channel for 2 years almost. In November, it'll be 2 years. You know, it's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of effort to be authentic. And I'm not where I want to be yet, but I'm getting closer every day. I'm learning not to judge myself. So let's start with the seer. I'm going to read it, and then I'm going to pull clarifiers for each card. So if you pulled the seer, my darlings, if anybody is willing to timestamp these, I would love to pin your comment. Okay, the seer. The seer. This is card 45, also a 9. Yes, darling, I hear you. All right, I have a lot of spirit guides here. Did y'all just hear me burp? That was a solar plexus clearing, if I ever had one. Goodness, thank you. She said, like, clear yourself, and I burped. Okay, I know. Usually if I burp and Mandy and I are like in close proximity, she runs up like, let me smell what you just burped up. Same thing if I toot. It's so funny. She's like, let me smell. The seer. The seer. Do you see? Are you awake in this dream? If you did not watch my last video, or if you tried to watch it and it was messed up, I had no issue watching it this time. I hope it's gotten better for you. It took them quite a minute to fix it. But I stayed on it, and for me at least, I'm having no issue seeing it on any of my accounts. So if you have not seen it yet, it should be fixed now. It's called I Love You Soul Tribe, and it was the last video I posted, and it was about illusion. And in fact, I may change the name of it, but it was so long, it was 2 hours. So I may go through and put chapters in there so you can kind of skip to what you want to see. Okay? The seer. I don't have my glasses, so I'm going to do my best. Y'all don't make fun of me. Coffee for you. Coffee for me. I made up a song. It's called Coffee. I'll tell you about it one morning. But now we're not in morning. The seer represents the capacity to reach beyond the obvious details of life into the hidden realms where information is available to those with the discernment to perceive it. This symbol represents psychic perception, intuition, and the capacity to know something without prior exposure. The capacity, think about that. The capacity to know something without prior exposure. The seer knows truth, always seeks truth beyond all else, and sees reality as it truly is without judgment. Sees reality as it truly is without judgment. The seer, here's the invitation, invites you to trust your intuition and follow it as it leads you forward. If you pull this card, this is the invitation. You may feel lost when it appears that your hunch is taking you in circles, or even through a maze. But the hidden realms do not, and by the way, I want to preface this with saying hidden realms is capitalized in here. The hidden realms. The hidden realms, the PTB, the powers that be, y'all. Don't follow the rules of a two-dimensional map. Sorry, my eyesight. Trust your gut and allow perception of your circumstances to widen to include the nuances and subtle cues that you normally miss if you take things at face value. The seer has gifted you with his magic. Next card out is magic. The seer has gifted you with his magic. I told you it would tell a story. You are exactly where you are supposed to be, and your vision is clear, even if it seems cloudy, even if it seems smoky, like the mirror, the smoky mirror. It's clearing. Until you see the smoke, you don't know it's there. At least now you know the smoke is there. That is half the battle. Let's go ahead and clarify this with a few cards. We'll use the vice versa tarot. I looked right at it. The seer. This is the vice versa tarot. These are the shaman oracle tarot. Oracle. If any of these that you want are below. For the seer. For the seer. Understanding ego. Interesting. Interesting. This was on top, and a card fell out of the middle. And it was the Ace of Pentacles. Ego. And money. Interesting. Understanding your relationship to money. For some of you, I'm hearing. The seer. Understanding your relationship. Waking up to the illusion of your unhealthy relationship to many a thing and many a people. You went to sleep and it was time. Ah, yes. Yes. Give me a moment, please. I want to see what they are really meaning here. Many of you, let's take this both ways, they're saying. Many of you, okay, this is Seven of Wands. And you see him, he's standing on a platform, not so high up that he's above others. He's humbled. He's humbled, right? He's humbled after this battle, but he is on top. He is on top. There are other wands coming at him, but he knows that even though it may not be finished, that he's on the right track. Now, some of you may be feeling, turn this card around. Oh, this battle, was it worth it? Was it worth all the blood? Was it worth all the pain? Was it worth the energy I put into it? Look at those stars. He's looking out and he's saying, this was a bloody battle. Was it worth it? And that is just as much growth as this. Neither of these are bad. Neither is better than the other. They are simply different stages of growth, and neither is better than the other. Because someone who may be learning this may be learning this next year, and vice versa. So says the deck. They are not positive and reverse or positive negative. Simply different perspectives and different shoes that you may be walking in. The seer, now this is the side it came out with. The seer sees the pain that's been caused and says, oh, okay. I do not want my ancestral folk to continue on this. This is very much to me about ancestral ties and the harm we do to ourselves and what needs to be healed for future generations so that we do not continue in this cycle of self-destruction. Right? So that we do not continue in this cycle of self-destruction, both on a micro level, which they're bringing it up very heavy on a micro level so that we may heal the macro level generational and ancestral ties that are meant to be healed. Not just the future souls, such as your grandchildren and your great-grandchildren and their children's children, but also the souls that came before us. Those that have not reincarnated, you will raise up their frequency by healing an ancestral tie that they put upon you. That their parents put upon them. That their parents put upon them. That their parents put upon them. Many of you know I'm a Hatfield from the Hatfields and McCoys. We had incest and rape in our family. We had murder in our family. The ancestral tie or curse was very heavy. But slowly, generation over generation, the women in our family have healed it. And so have the men, in some ways. What is your ancestral curse? For some, it's as modern. I wouldn't say modern. This is as old as time. But parents being not... trying to think of the word, faithful to each other. And therefore bringing about the ancestral curse of hodom. No, of being a hoe. No, of being promiscuous. Whether you're a male or a female. Hodom. That just popped in my head, so it must not have been for me. Somebody was making a joke. Right? Suicide, depression, anxiety, paranoia, all hedonism, hodonism. Very good, Jupiter J. I like that. Yes, cheating and alcoholism. Alcoholism, such a big one. A self-medication for many different ancestral curses. Right? Often, whenever a family has resorted, an ancestral line has resorted to alcoholism, they have so many ancestral curses that are added up that ego says, I need something to medicate this. I need something to numb it. I need something, after being numb so long, to feel again, right? It's a horrifying cycle. A horrifying cycle. You numb yourself only to feel so numb that you don't feel anything. And then you drink to numb yourself. Only to drink, to feel again. Now that doesn't make any sense, right? But it's truth. And this is the generation that you have chosen to come here for. You have been chosen, my friends, to be teachers. And all that you do to break ancestral ties. The Mayans said the world ended in 2012, and so it did, only to begin a new world. Just because the transition was much smoother than Revelations would have put it, right? Doesn't mean it didn't happen. The transition has begun. For the old world no longer exists. People are waking up. You are waking up. Therefore, your children will be woke. And their children. And what a blessing to have your child do better than you. To have your grandchildren outgrow them and have their children outgrow them. Do we want anything more? To keep outgrowing ourselves. That is God's true wish. For we are all God. Sorry for that tangent. It's funny, I just flipped the deck and there we are with the Fool. starting over, jumping off, plucking that flower, love me not, shooting star, packing one bag. What makes you happy? Passion is how the universe tells you you're on the right track. What are you passionate about? Even if that passion means you're feeling angry about something. Well, that just means you're not meeting your passion. Not every fight is worth fighting yet. When you fight the good fight, you know it. You know we're not there yet, but look at us, raised up. It may not be a big one, right? It may not be a big pedestal, soapbox, whatever you have it. And we know it's a risk. We know it's a risk, and we know others are against us, but we will continue to fight. We will not give up for our future generations, for our children, for our children's children. We will not give up. We will turn the other cheek to naysayers, and we will keep fighting. It will not be for naught. Right? Okay, the Seer. Many of you, if you're in the Seer, it may be a very intense space to be in. You may be looking back at your life and saying, what the fuck? You know, I'm going to be cussing on here because it's not monetized. I apologize. But I don't cuss a lot, only whenever it's important. Okay? Next up, magic. I'm sorry, this card wants to stay with the Seer as well. I don't know why, but I think it's interesting that it came up in this side where there are two people walking back there collaborating. And here is God handing you a new opportunity. Some of you need to change your relationship with money for sure. Okay? Because we see here, the Ace of Pentacles, here's a new opportunity, and the gardens are glorious and the path is clear. Over here we see, that, again, different perspectives, not positive, negative. Over here we see it's going to be these two look like, what? They're going to lunch maybe, discussing plans. They're excited. They're like, oh, what if we do it this way? Oh, what if we do it this way? Right? It's funny you said I need to stop eating out, and I said going to lunch. Funny. There you go. There's your confirmation, my love. Jupiter J. Stop eating out. But that's not what this card is saying. That was just for her. Okay? So what I'm seeing here is two people planning something, and here's God saying, where two or more are, so am I. This is good. This is good. And I will bless it with more. Now notice how they don't see it. You may not see all the blessings coming to you yet. But when you start that vortex, when you start down the path, it's already in motion. You may not see it. Do not give up. Do not change the energy by becoming negative and then missing the opportunity that is heading your way. Where two or more are, so am I. Right? The Seer. Next up, magic. Next up, magic. It is coming. Miss May, it is. Magic. Look at the halo around her head. She reminds me very much of the Virgin Mary. Like a cross between the Virgin Mary and Jesus at the same time. I know it's a very feminine card, but I can't help but see Jesus as well. I have a closer relationship with Jesus than the Virgin Mary. It's funny. That wasn't me. But something almost corrected me to take out Virgin and just say Mary. But I have more of a relationship with Jesus than Mary. Not that she's not present occasionally. She is his mother. And if he's my buddy, then, well, you know how it goes with mothers. Okay, let's read this. I have never read, well, I think I have read Magic. It's number 33. Magical. It's number 33. Look at the symbolism. What does it say to your heart, to you on an individual level? Right? Do you see Mars? Venus? Yes, I love this one too. Okay. Magic, 33. If you pulled this one, you'll feel a twinge in the belly. And if you pulled this one, you likely just came out of the Seer, the dark night of the soul, right? And then we'll tell you where you're headed. You can kind of see where you're at in the awakening process. Magic. The essence is very short. The invitation is longer, but we're not going to read the medicine. We'll read the essence and the invitation. The essence of this card. The symbol represents the infinite intelligence of Great Spirit that makes up the fundamental fabric of the universe. We experience the evidence of this magic through synchronicity or meaningful coincidences. Signs. Symbols. When magic appears, you are invited to see the world through the eyes, through the eyes of wonder and awe, taking on the innocence of a child who knows that all things are truly possible. Infinite potential exists in the great mind, and you are being invited to call it in and recognize the dance in synchronistic events, signs, symbols, and omens given to you through the oracle of the ordinary world. I hope you heard that. This is a sign that Spirit is reminding you that you co-create your own world in a sacred partnership with Spirit. You co-create your own world in a sacred partnership. Soul Tribe. Your part is to dream, to intend, and to watch for signs that show you what next action to take. Some of these signs will be emotions, I want to remind you. Your emotions are also signs. Pay attention to them and look at them. Be present. Know where you're at and own it. Right now, it appears that you are on the right track to make your dreams come true. Great Spirit is listening and acting on your behalf. Pay attention. Magic gives birth to miracles. 33, Jesus year. Girl, do it. For those of you who don't know, Jesus was crucified at the age of 33. And I was just talking about Jesus and how this looks like. I truly didn't plan that. Thank you so much for reminding me, Kate. I was truly thinking, this reminds me of Jesus. And I don't know why, right? Because it's obviously feminine. Jesus was crucified at the age of 33. We can, on a spiritual level, not historical, but spiritual level, look at that as the death of the ego, which is where our world is heading. But right now we need the ego. Do not try to kill your ego yet. You need it. You just need to know it's there. It's like G.I. Joe said, knowing it's half the battle, right? Knowing it's half the battle. Let's see what clarifiers they have. If you pulled magic. Interesting. Because Jesus is associated with the number 33. He's also associated with the number of 9 on certain realms and the month of September. Okay? And it's funny because we have the 9 of Cups right here in reverse. And notice. You know, it's funny. I said earlier, reverse, and then there's no pause, neg. It's more perspective. But this one is supposed to be the upside, and this is supposed to be the reversal. And I think I would prefer this one. She has a cornucopia that she's going to pour into these cups full of wishes. Now, I will say, if you look closely, her cornucopia is empty. This man's already fulfilled. His cups are filled. He's satisfied with what he has. Is that the key to true happiness? Look around you. How much have you manifested what you already have? I know I have. I've manifested my exact situation. And I keep occasionally catching myself in a mindset that I don't have enough. But I do have enough. I have exactly what I've asked for. I have privacy. I have control over my life. I'm living in the home my grandmother lived in, where I felt like home. I used to want to just live out in the cottage in the woods all alone. I'm taking care of my Uncle Jimbo so that universe, Jesus, God, knew I wouldn't be alone. I was assisted. But occasionally I'll catch myself not being grateful for these things that I've asked for. Let's remember not to leave our cornucopia empty, right? You're so very welcome, Amanda G. You're so very welcome. You must remember, my magic friends. You got barnacles growing on your ass, baby. Okay? This queen is psychic. This is the Queen of Cups. Okay? And notice how she does not hold any regular cup. She's holding a scribing bowl. And she looks into it, for she knows the universe speaks to her. She's psychic. And with a great gift comes a great responsibility. If you are putting yourself out there constantly, notice how her feet are touching the water. Are you putting your feet in water? Are you taking your ritualistic baths? Are you walking around barefoot outside as often as you should? When you need to? When you feel that influx of anxiety, when you're getting too into your own world? Notice now, her chair is turned around. She's taking time for herself. Some might call it selfish, and some might call it self-love. Because otherwise, look at all those barnacles growing on her ass. Okay? She has not been paying attention to the back end. We've all been guilty of that. If you follow my channel, you've been guilty of that, haven't you? Taking care of everybody else but herself. Girl, get up and clean off your chair. Because your cornucopia is empty. Only because of you. If you want the magic back, it's time to clean up them barnacles. Time to fill up that cornucopia selfishly, which eventually turns into selflessly. Selflessly, I'm taking care of myself so that I can take care of others. You have to be at your best self if you want to do everything you came here to do in this life. Right? I want you to hear that again, they're saying. You have to be at your best self if you want to do what you came here to do in this life. Right? That is the magic. They are assisting you. Are you listening? Are you receiving? If your cornucopia is empty, right? It's only because of you. They're here. They are here. If it's empty, it's only because of you, my love. And isn't that wonderful news? When you really think about it. Notice how they're both water, emotion, self-care, self-love. Isn't that wonderful news to truly know they're there? You only can't see them because your back is turned. All you see, I'm not, you know who I'm talking to. I'm not talking to everybody. You know if I'm talking to you. You may see an empty cornucopia, but they see 9 cups ready to be filled. Are you receiving? That is the magic. Perception change, my friends, is the magic. You're on the right track. If you're in that area, you're on the right track. It's none of this is overnight. This is eternally transforming. Good job. All right, smoky mirrors. Let's get into it. Let's get into smoky mirrors. Let's get into smoky mirrors. I have never read this card, so I'm quite excited. 40 viewers right now. I love it. Hi, David, brother. I don't know if you're just getting here, but you missed some good stuff. The Smoky Mirror. This must be for you, David, if you just walked in. Perception change. Yes. Yes, Yesenia. Perception change. On the last, yes, on Magic. On the Jesus, Mother Mary, crazy card. That was some crazy channeling. Y'all should have heard what I was getting through. One day I'll be fully authentic with my channeling and everybody is going to think I'm crazy, but it's fine. I'll get there. I'm getting better and better. The Smoky Mirror. Look at, we went from Jesus to Buddha, y'all. Jesus to Buddha. I love it. Look at the enlightenment. Look at the enlightenment. Look at the enlightenment. Do you see? Do you see? And what did we start with? Ah, the darkness. Oh, but we see through that. We are waking up within the dream, seeing what we really are, taking off the mask to the beauty, the magic of this, that this world really has to offer. Now, again, this may tell a story, but there will be one card that tells you where you are at in the story. So it's beautiful to see. Sorry about the focus issues. It's beautiful to see what came before you and what's coming next, right? Figure out where you're at. 33 likes and 40 viewers. So beautiful with the numerology. 47, also the number of 11. So we went from the Seer to Jesus/Mary to Buddha, right? Pretty much the same thing, probably. And more likely than not, I wouldn't be surprised if Jesus and Buddha were the same energy coming in different lifetimes. Awakening, right? Okay. See what's coming out. Let's see what's coming out. I don't know why. I know I've been reading first and then pulling cards, but this time they're saying pull cards first and then read, okay? So if you pulled the Smoky Mirror, 47. It's getting stronger and stronger with every card. Okay, 2 cards came out, 2 cards came out, 4 cards total came out. It's interesting. Whoa. Whoa. And more whoa. Okay. Okay. So y'all know that I have 78 cards in this deck. Now, if you've been following my channel for a minute, you know I have 2 of the same of 1 card. The Ace of Pentacles just came out again. And y'all know I haven't pulled many of these. I pulled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 total. And y'all have only seen 5 of those 9. I'm about to show you the rest. So you remember in the beginning, with the Seer, these cards. Look what I just pulled with the Smoky Mirror. Actually, I pulled 4 cards and I'm going to show you. But these 2 came out together. They were attached in the same side. And I mean same side, same direction. Right? Coming back around to that ego. Interesting, right? And this card came out earlier, but I put it back in the pre-shuffle. Do you remember? Yes, mirrored. Look at that. Now look what else came out with the Smoky Mirror. Look what other 2 came out. Another Ace. Ace of Cups with the Hermit. The Hermit. Look at the cosmic egg. The snake wrapping around it. The light that he follows is already his. What he is looking for is already within him. The blue on his inner robe, that splash of blue, represents spirituality. Hermit, right? Also the card of Virgo. Jesus Christ. He represents the 9th ray of light. This is the card of 9. Look at this. With the Smoky Mirror, I haven't read the card yet. I'm about to, and then we'll describe these. But I want you to see where you stand, because these 2 came out very separate, almost like ego and subconscious. We are all going through this. We are all going through this. And even with 3, yes, 3 is magical. Even though this is an ace, notice Where two or more are, so am I, such as three. And this can be considered as ego and our relationship to money versus going within our relationships to love and self-love, inner love. Something new is being born. And therefore, our relationship to something old is being changed. And isn't that beautiful? The smoky mirror. What looks to be a negative. I am that I am. What looks to be a negative is going to end up being a positive. Right? Sorry my fingers are so dirty. I've been gardening and doing all kinds of things, and I've washed my hands, but you know, that dirt gets under your nails, and I just haven't paid much attention. I apologize. Okay. Let's read the smoky mirror. 47:11. So we have a 9 with 45, a 33 with magic, 6, which is also love, and 47, which is also 11. Very powerful numbers that have come through. Okay, 47. They always just show up for us, don't they? The essence of this card, the smoky mirror. Flabbergasted Shenanigoat. I just love saying your name. My name is Joy Lynn, the little raven. I changed it, LOL. I love your new name. But I'm in love with every one of our soul tribe. I need friends and need to be a friend. If anyone would like to, my email is, and I'm not going to say that here, and you may actually want to delete that, darling. Put it on here for right now, but then go back and delete it for safety purposes, as how much always keeps us on. If you guys would like to get a hold of Joy Lynn, please, Joy Lynn, email me, and I will forward anyone that I feel is safe. I wouldn't, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to filter for you, but at the same time, for safety reasons, if you want to get in touch with Joy Lynn, please email eternaltransformations@gmail.com. Okay? I have all of that in my About section if you go to the About tab. So you can do that later. But email me and let me know you'd like to get in touch with her. And Joy Lynn, you email me and I will forward y'all's emails back and forth until you've got your point going. Thank you. Okay, awesome. The smoky mirror. Essence. The smoky mirror represents the aspect of what is implied yet cannot be immediately known to the world. The mystery of how things come together and how they fall apart with obvious casualty. With obvious casualty. Oh, I love that. This writer is amazing. Alberto Villoldo, Colette Baron Reed, who I've done a lot of hers, and Marcela Lobos. Alberto, I'm new to. Illustrated by Gina Della Grataglia. I hope I said any of that right. Just one part of it. I did my best. Whoever's out there, don't get offended. Okay. This symbol also the smoky mirror, also represents the shadow of the human psyche, the parts of the self that one disowns. The smoky mirror can also represent a state of denial or inability or refusal to see the truth. Wow. Now we're seeing why they have asked us to pull these cards before. The parts of ourself that one disowns. Smoky mirror can also represent a state of denial or an inability to see or refusal to see the truth. The Hermit is about seeking truth. Love, self-love. Love starts with self-love. Can't have love for another if you don't love yourself. It's impossible. Go ahead and try. It'll be toxic though. The invitation here. When the symbol of the smoky mirror appears, you are invited to see beyond your own self. Acknowledge that past the limits of your current ability to perceive, there's a vast interconnected world where events orchestrated in divine order but challenging to fully grasp. I'm going to have to read that for myself again. I apologize if I'm done with saying, I've said it like 8 times here now. 9? 9. I'm going to have to read it again. Acknowledge that past the limitations of your current ability to perceive, there is a vast interconnected world where events are orchestrated in divine order but challenging to fully grasp. Yes, I see now. Now is the time to trust that no matter what the current conditions of your world reflect, in the hidden realms, all aspects of the human journey are celebrated. I'm getting emotional, I apologize. Apparently this was the card I picked, but none makes one more worse or better than the other, y'all. I didn't know until I just read that this was my card. In the hidden realm of all aspects of the human journey are celebrated. The beauty and the darkness, the misery and the courage. No matter where you are on your journey, know that some things are meant to be a mystery, which you are meant to understand only through experience. For those of you grasping at that fart in the wind, you can be on that inner journey for so long that look now. We turn this card around and his robes are tattered and torn. He's been there for too long. The dogs are like, yo, homie, we're ready to go home. Your enlightenment journey is taking you away from the world. The moon is looking down at you saying, my darling, it is time to rejoin the world. The cosmic egg is behind you. The hermit mode was good. But now it's time to rejoin the world, right? Know that some things are meant to be a mystery, which you are meant to understand only through experience. Take heart, for the smoky mirror will ultimately show you beauty and wonder once the fog lifts and distortion you see now. Once the fog lifts, the distortion you see now. Wow. No wonder they had us pull these cards before. Right? I understand now. No wonder. The smoky mirror has many facets. Where are you at? I hope you got some growth out of that. If you are pulling this card, all of these cards have been absolutely stunning. All of these cards have been absolutely stunning. And they want to remind me, because this card is right here and I'm looking at it. For those of you who have been in the soul tribe for a year or more, or, however long, but for those of you who have been here since the beginning, remember how much we used to pull this card? How funny. How funny. We don't pull it anymore. But they actually just put that in my head, like, show them how far they've come. You've come much further than you think. You used to be blinded. You may be in still a bad situation, but at last, now at the very least, you see that there is a clear path. That spirit is above you, even though you couldn't see it before. You are tied loosely enough to cut yourself free. It may not be easy, right? It may not be easy, but they're there to guide you. When you are ready to cut yourself free and take off your blindfold, spirit will guide you down this path up here. New series, new book, not a new chapter, a new series for you, if you're ready. Yeah, you don't want to walk into the fart. Let that thing pass with the wind. Okay? We all know you want to be downwind of that. But sometimes you got to smell the fart to get out of the hole. Whoa. I don't know where that came from, but don't take that where your imagery went just now. That's so funny. Okay, let's see what's up with soul retrieval. Last card, and then we'll read sacrifice for the soul tribe. Okay? Okay. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I don't know why that just popped into my head. Heaven 333. Yes, I see clear now. Life is a journey of tradition. One that we continue to whittle almost. Like a fine piece of wood turning into something beautiful. Started out as a branch or just a stick. And you watch someone whittle something beautiful out of it. Every life you live whittles a little more into perfection. Keep whittling away, right? The fart cloud is gone. I can see clearly now, the fart cloud's gone, right? Yes, Shiloh. Laughter is amazing medicine. Soul retrieval. Who pulled this? Let me get some thumbs up or hands up. Who pulled soul retrieval? If you pulled soul retrieval now, you likely have been through all of this, and it has not been a few months. It has not been even a few years. It's probably been quite a minute. That's a funny way to put it, but it's been a while, right? A lifetime getting where you are. You've been through the Seer, the dark night of the soul. That doesn't mean you lost this. This is in your arsenal. Take those swords out of your back. What do I say? Take those swords out of your back and put them in your damn arsenal. Well, you got the Seer. You got the magic. Oh. 11 years. Yeah. You got the Smoky mirror. Many of you just coming through this and into this. Recognizing the illusion for what it is and taking power over your life again. Now, I have never read this one either, but I love that it's a B. I would never think of soul retrieval, which sounds so individual, sounds so much like an I word, my soul, I. You know what I mean. I would never think of it with a B. I love it. It's not a bee, it's a butterfly, but I'm seeing a bee. I see a butterfly now that I'm looking at it, but it looks like a bee from far away, right? Which is community. But it's funny because they showed me a bee in my mind's eye. In my mind's eye, I saw a bee. Now we see it's a butterfly of transformation. I didn't see that before. I don't know if any of you were there with me in that illusion trick. But look at that. Yeah? The imagery there. Now, 49, 13, a 4. This is the year of 2020, the year of 4. Coming back around, right? Coming back around. Okay, let's read it. 49. Soul retrieval. My darling soul tribe. So proud of you guys. If you pulled a card prior to this, just know this is where you're headed. So keep it up. Keep up wherever you're at so that it's nice. I'm not here to tell your future. I'm here to tell you what's available to you if you stay on the journey and the energies that are available to you. Soul retrieval. Soul retrieval is a practice that helps you recover a part of yourself. Your energy, your enthusiasm, or your innocence that you have lost. At first, we'll use soul retrieval to recover from our hurts and heal our childhood wounds. Later, we learn to journey to recover our original nature, that self that never left the Garden of Eden, who still speaks to the rivers, to the trees, and to God and to universe. When we return to Eden, we are whole again. Just because trees have a visual root system doesn't mean we do not have one. Ours is just not visual. You are connected. And when you cut that root, when you cut yourself off, You may as well be taking a flower and plucking it. You're more connected than you know. It's your job to figure that out in this life. The invitation here, if you pull this card, you are no longer fragmented. You are one with creation. You have been healed. You have healed the cause of the pain that you feel. Listen closely for those who pulled this card. You have healed the cause of the pain you feel. So you do not need to dwell on it any longer. Really, it's true. Exclamation point. It's true. If you are still hovering over an old wound, find a new flight path, for you have already healed this. Do not dwell any longer. Don't be distracted with the little stuff you've already mastered. You've learned so much more than you think. You've done so much more than you think you have. Don't be distracted with the little stuff you've already mastered. Go for the big one, the journey back to Eden. Now for this one only, I'm going to read the medicine because I feel like the medicine's important in this one. The medicine. This is if you're having a hard time with this. If you're having a hard time with this. When did you compromise that you truly believed? Sorry, let's start that again. My eyes. And look how I have to hold the book like flat and like look a certain way down. When did you compromise what you truly believe in to be loved or accepted by someone? Think back over your life and find the time or times when this happened. Vow never to compromise your integrity again. What have you agreed to in the name of love that you know is deeply wrong? Make it right in this instant and change the course of your life forever. For knowing is half the battle. I started this year out with saying 2020 will be about looking at the ugly. And the universe has given us that opportunity truly. Truly. Are you taking advantage of it? The universe is on its exhale. Time for a nap. The universe is on its exhale. When she breathes back in, are you going to show up for it? Have you been looking at the ugly? For we all have it. The only one afraid of your ugly is you. The only one afraid of my ugly is me. No one else is afraid of my ugly, only me. Are you looking at your ugly? Right? The universe is about to wake up, and she's waking you up with her because you are her, him, it. Okay. Let's read the sacrifice. I'm not going to... I will pull clarifiers. That's not fair. Let's pull clarifiers on that one. See if they want to say anything else. I felt like it was very explanatory. Like, it told a story for me. I hope it did for you as well. Okay. Same deck, please. For soul retrieval. Soul retrieval. Soul retrieval. I'll share everything. Y'all hold on. Y'all hold on. I know. I'm excited too. There you go. There you go. There you go. Okay. A lot came out. I'm going to show you what fell on top of the card because I feel like that's what's important. Okay. Give me a second. Let me just analyze it for a moment. Soul retrieval. Soul retrieval. Interesting. Soul retrieval. If you pull this card, please recall that these are general readings, okay? If you pull this card, you are in the process of seeing your ego for its true self and also seeing that your ego can be as beautiful as it can be ugly. And only love, notice, The Knight of Cups brings love to any situation. Stable, supportive love. Your only love will soothe the ego. Notice how she does not force this lion's mouth open. And notice that we are in August, and this is card of 8. This is card of Leo. Notice the eternity symbol above her head. Notice that she does not force this lion's mouth open, but gently guides it open with love. And he complies. Your ego will comply when you see your ego and treat it as such with love. With love. Okay? And only then can you finish this battle, right? Notice the bandage over her head. And take a good deep rest. That's where you may be right now. That's where your ego may be right now. Allow it. Join your ego. Join your ego. And bring love to it. Okay? Bring love to it. These cards came out exactly like this. This is how they landed. Now, underneath them came out these 3 cards. So this was above soul retrieval, like crowning it, and below it in the root system, this is what we got. Interesting. Hold on, it's in this order. I want to show you the right order. Okay. I think my camera's backwards. So this came out first. We have the 3 of Wands. Notice how normally he's looking out, waiting for his ships to come in. Yet here we see, oh, look at that lush forest behind him. Here we see the desert, which is funny because this is a positive side. This is supposedly the reversal. Now he knows, well, what am I in a hurry for? Universe will bring it when I need, and I have everything I need in between. It is also bringing together the yin and yang. Some of you are looking for your soul. Notice his staff of passion lit up with symbols of old. Very symbols. They're still alive. I'm hearing from someone out there within you. There's old magic coming back to life on this earth, getting woke up again. It takes us recognizing it, seeing the magic to wake it up. Seeing the magic to wake it up. Our souls are being retrieved. Our souls are being retrieved. Now look at this. Next card out. So these 3 came out together, remember? Under soul retrieval. So you got this one. Ah. Now what comes with that? When you start to wake up. It came out this way though. But I'm going to show you this side. Here we see a king taking a nice long rest. Right? He may have just finished a great tour, a long battle. I'm not sure, but he's well dressed. He obviously has a nice kingdom. And he's having a well-deserved rest. This is Gaia. But what again, remember those robes getting tattered. Now, this is the way it came out. Some have been asleep for so long, going within, going within, going within. I'm looking for that hermit again, but you know what I'm saying. Going within for so long that his kingdom is burning down behind him. Now he's been resting so long, his kingdom is burning down behind him. That's okay. Wake up, silly butt. Out of bed, you daisy head. I don't know where that came from. And then after that, oh, now I see. Now this is the normal perspection. Shit's all crazy. I don't know what's going on. The seas are raging. Everything around me is crazy. We see the divine feminine and masculine within her, but also on a macro level, right? Outside of herself. The forces of opposites. Yet, with her hair blowing in the wind, and look at that victimization. Sitting up there in the middle of nowhere. But who holds the power, y'all? Who holds the power? That girl's not tied up. She may be blindfolded, but who's holding the swords? They're saying you do. They're saying, if you pulled this card, this is the side it actually came out in, you're realizing that. Oh, and aren't they proud of you? Now we see her hair sit still. She lives cyclically. She looks to the moon because she lives intuitively. The waters have calmed at her insistence. She no longer lets Her environment dominates her. She dominates her environment. Not. Wait. Not through force, but through love. Through flowing. Okay? I hope that for those of you who pulled soul retrieval, that you got some out of that. That was a powerful message. I'm about halfway through that message. I understand. But I hope it resonated. Right, Mandy? Okay. Now, we are not going to... Don't push on me. Don't you push on me. Oh, the great and sweet. She loves that song. I've been singing it all day. Okay. I feel like this card. In a storm, Sammy the Dutch Witch. Blind but armed. And you are. For you are. You're armed. So cut your blind off. Right? Cut that blindfold off. I want you to look closely at this card. It was the first card we pulled. The Nine of Swords in reverse. Many of you have been feeling this. A lot of anxiety. A lot of depression. They go hand in hand, right? You've been alive in existence during a very transformative time that will go down in history. It will go down in history, our time. We all know this. We had a black president. We have Trump. (2020) coronavirus. 2 wars, which are still going on. Still going on. Longest war that we know of in American history. That we did not have to pull one draft for. And I'm proud of that part. The first, also, the Iraqi Operation Iraqi Freedom, OIF, was the very first war that we never pulled a single draft on. Like actual, war. Not like Korean conflict and all that, although I think there were drafts for that as well. But the Korean conflict was never actually declared a war. It was a conflict. Anyway, the point is, we are living in historical times. And it can do this to you sometimes. You think you're alone in it. I want us all to remember, I am here to tell you, you are not. We are going through this together, and every time you take one of those swords out of your back, you put it in your arsenal. You put it in your arsenal. The light is truly at the end of the tunnel, and look at this, look at this, look at this. There has been, look at that. You didn't know when you were in this deep darkness, but they have been there the whole time. You do have a guide. Look, watching you, saying, I've been here. Much like the footprints in the sand of Jesus when he's walking. And you say, look at that single set of footprints in the sand. How could you leave me at my darkest time? And he said, oh, my child, those footprints are mine, for I was carrying you. More than you know, they have been here. And it is so hard for them, for they love you more than you love you. It has been so hard for them to watch us go through this, but we are seeing the light. And it is not an easy climb out of that tower. I am not saying that. But talk about historical. We're part of a changing world. We must. We must. Okay? Let's read the sacrifice. And this card popped out multiple times, so I'm just going to show it to you. The Phoenix rising. Okay? Out of what has been burned, something new is born. Out of what we thought was lost. Out of what we thought was trash. Out of what we thought was misery. Something new is born. Completely new. That never existed before. So remember that 33 viewers right now. I love it. Okay. This is it. And then we're going to close it up. The sacrifice. 44. By the way, that's what we're finishing up with. 44. Got 33 viewers right now. I love it. 44. The sacrifice. Look at her. Let it go. Like a fart in the wind, y'all. like a fart in the wind. You can't transform if you try to grab on too tight like that hermit. Sometimes you got to let it go and let it be. You don't forget to live while you're on your spiritual enlightenment journey. 44, the sacrifice. This is for everyone, the whole soul tribe. No matter where you're at in your journey, they're saying I hear you. They're saying very loudly, this is for everyone. So they want you all to pay attention here. The essence. I'll read all 3 parts for you. The essence is about the essence of the card. The invitation is to invite you to what you should do to act on it. And the medicine is if you're having a really hard time with these things, what to do, okay? Or what to ask yourself. What to ask yourself. The essence. To sacrifice means to make sacred. I never knew that. To sacrifice means to make sacred. The sacrifice is an offering of gratitude made from the heart. A feast of love prepared for spirit. In olden days, sacrifice sometimes involved rituals in which blood was offered to the gods. For example, in the Bible, Yahweh preferred Abel's sacrifice of one of his lambs to Cain's offering of vegetables and fruits. In Middle America, however, the Quetzalcoatl, I'm so sorry if I said that wrong, but I'm going to show you. The Quetzalcoatl I hope I said that right. Quetzalcoatl, the Lord of the Dawn, came to teach that spirit preferred our song and our prayers to the blood of humans and animals. The invitation here for all of you, Soul Tribe. The sacrifice asks that you offer to spirit that which is most precious to you. Your offering will be sanctified and returned tenfold! Exclamation mark. You will be elevated to the altar at which you have been praying and meet the divine at the table with the heavenly feast. You are a welcome guest in this banquet. Sorry, I have like a Valkyrie type of spirit here, and they were reminding me of, anyway, your heart is the only offering you can bring. Now listen to that. If you're worried about what to offer, listen to me closely here. Quetzalcoatl, is that right? Thank you. I hope I said that right. Your heart is the only worthy offering you can bring. Life has been generous with you in so many ways. Your heart is the only worthy offering you can bring. Life has been generous to you in so many ways. If you are having issues with this, here is the medicine. What is the one person or thing that you feel you cannot live without? It is time to offer it all to Spirit so that it may unfold as it will. Do not cling to the old form or allow your sacrifice to weigh heavily upon you. I just cleared something, burped again. You have sacrificed yourself and your dreams for far too long. You have sacrificed yourself and your dreams for far too long. Now is the time to rededicate yourself to your journey. Because who the fuck else is going to do it, y'all? Who is going to do it if you don't? Now is the time to rededicate yourself to your journey. When you make sacred, notice my quotation marks. Mandy's quoting me over here. Oh. When you make sacred, you open the doors to infinite wealth. Do not delay. Right, Mandy? Do not delay. All right, Mandy. Come on. Get up and sing with the soul tribe. Come on, y'all. Come on. Oh, this card always comes out at the perfect time. It's like they tell me to close it up, right? Come on, Mandy. Come on. We got to take another walk anyway. Come on. Up. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh. They say, don't waste your hate. Rather gather and create. Come on. Be of service. Be a sensible person. I'm losing them all. Use your words, no, don't be nervous. You can do this, you've got purpose. Find your medicine and use it. I love you, my soul tribe, so much. I'm going to go take this girl for a walk. It's been a long video. We love you. Mandy loves you. And thank you so much for the love you send, Mandy. Again, if you want to see more of her, you can follow her on TikTok. That doesn't help anything here, but she's so cute. So if you want to follow her on TikTok, search Eternal Transformations on TikTok, one word, and it should come up. I teach about, I'm thinking about putting on some training stuff on there because she's so smart. I couldn't live without any of you. And I'm so grateful that you have allowed me to be your platform. Not your leader, your platform. Again, I want to say congratulations to Jade Love and Tarot Cupcake with Mum. New moderators. We are going to have a big moderator base because we are going to be a big soul tribe. The world is waking up. Pancha Mama is, she may be on her final out breath, but she is waking up, and we are waking up with her. She's waking up her teachers first. So it may have been hard for you. If you're new to my channel and you're resonating with my channel, it may have been hard for you the past few years. But Mama's waking up. And when Mama wakes up, the wolves have returned, right? Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for allowing me to be authentic without judgment. For those of you who have donated to my channel, I cannot stress this enough. It's so important to me. Please tell me what you want to manifest and what you want to release, because you are included in both my new moon and my full moon rituals. Okay? I love you all so much. Live your life as if it was truly your own. Clean off the barnacles, girl. I don't know who that's for, but somebody needs to clean the barnacles off her booty. Okay? Got barnacles growing off your ass. Get up. I love you all. Catch you on the flip side.